Welcome to the Bay Area Business Podcast with Joseph Blackman. Twice a week, we highlight the people behind the businesses in the San Francisco Bay Area. Take your next step to success while being inspired by the journeys of others. Be great, be unforgettable, and be you. Put a big smile on your face as we begin the show.
Welcome to the Bay Area Business Podcast. I am here with Rick Callaway from Pacific Diversified Insurance. They simplify insurance and risk management. Rick, how's it going today?
So far, great.
Good stuff. So, what's your normal Wednesday like, Rick?
Well, I arrive at the office, open up that wonderful email. Hopefully there's no problems or issues with any of my clients.
Nice.
Once I find that's not there, then I get on the horn with my clients, see how they're doing, and look into writing some new business for some new clients.
Good stuff. Sales, that's where it's at. Sales is what makes the world go round. But tell me a little bit about your business and how it adds value to the world.
Okay, we're a commercial insurance broker. We do not write any what you call personal lines like homeowners and auto stuff. And probably, I don't know if we add value to the world, but we add value to our community, because when I'm protecting someone's business and I've done it correctly and they have a loss, they're not out of business because something went wrong. So we cover their assets.
Nice.
So they can move forward.
Nice. And how I know you is you're the president of my Rotary Club.
That is true.
So tell us about that. Why did you join Rotary, and how does it feel to be the president?
Glad that it's only 2 months left to go. I was actually a founding member of this Rotary Club.
Is that right?
20 years ago.
Wow.
And then I actually left because I didn't feel we were giving enough back to the community, and I started working directly on boards of a lot of other nonprofits. I had a bad experience with a nonprofit. I had to take through bankruptcy and said, I'm never doing this volunteer stuff again. I spent a year of my life dealing with it. And that lasted about a month, and I said, I've in my blood too much. So I said, I'll go back to Rotary and give that a shot again.
Yeah.
And then they said, you can do this stuff. You can be president this year. And I said, I can do that.
Nice.
I am.
Well, we're glad you're back. So being in sales, I'm in sales as well. Because you've probably heard this before in Rotary, people join to get business from the club. Tell us how the Rotary benefits you, not financially or fiscally or monetarily, but how does it benefit you and your business and your goals?
It gives me a principle that I operate under. It's the 4 principles of Rotary. Is the truth, is it fair to all concerned, bring goodwill and to all. So when I'm working with a client, I go, geez, am I really being fair to him? Is this the best coverage for him? Is this the best price so it's fair? And it'll probably never be beneficial to all, because every client I have thinks they overpay for insurance. So it's beneficial to the insurance company, but not for them. So it's principles that I operate by. You have to. As far as I've got another simple principle I operate under that my father told me a long time ago. He said, take care of your client and the rest will take care of itself.
Take care of your client and the rest will take care of yourself.
So Rotary is just another area for me to be involved in and meet people and hopefully do good for the community.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you're our president. It's been a fun ride. I know you'll stick around when you're done. I keep hearing that the presidents, after they're done, they kind of take a couple years off and go on vacation.
We've got like 19 members and 14 or 15 past presidents, and most of them are around. Kurt Harding's been absent for a while, and he was last year's president.
Kirk's
so
there.
Kirk's there. Well, now he's going back to school, so we'll probably see him less.
Oh, man. We like Kirk. Kirk's a cool guy. All right, so give me a story of a failure that brought you to your current success. Something along your journey that was a road bump or a speed bump.
It wasn't. I don't know if it was exactly a failure, but it was not a success.
Okay.
I worked for a small company called Westinghouse.
Small company.
I handled. They had an alarm company all throughout the United States, and I ran all of California. And I should have known something was wrong. I kept calling them up towards the end of the year and said, hey, I got to meet with the head guy. I need to know what's going on with my marketing and what my budget's going to be and what the growth pattern is so I can budget and figure out what I'm going to do sales-wise. Never got a return call. All of a sudden I get a call and said, hey, can you come meet us at the airport and meet the new regional Western Muckety Muck? I said, oh, yeah, great. Now we can get this stuff done.
Yeah.
Sat down at the table with them and they said, here's your check. We're closing this division.
Oh.
I said, oh, crap, I'm out of work. What am I going to do now? At the time, I had 4 kids, a wife, And I said, what do I know how to do? I see, I know how to talk to people.
There you go.
I know how to read contracts.
Yeah.
I said, crap, that's insurance. That's a family business. And I never wanted to have anything to do with that.
Family business.
So then I actually didn't. I went to work for Prudential Insurance, selling life insurance.
Uh-huh.
And did that for a while and had a falling out with Prudential. Our philosophies didn't agree. They thought I should sell a Prudential product no matter what my client needed. I actually took care of my clients. So that didn't work really well.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I was still stubborn, wasn't going to go into the family business of commercial insurance. I said, I'm going to do employee benefits. So I did employee benefits for 20 years.
Uh-huh.
Started writing a few property and casualty cases and got to like that. And then the last couple of years when the health insurance arena changed, I said, this is requiring too much reading because the laws keep changing. I don't want to hurt one of my clients because I missed something in the law, and I don't want one of my clients to sue me because I missed something in the law.
Uh-huh.
So I reinvented myself, and I'm doing nothing but property and casualty and workers' comp insurance.
Okay.
So the loss of employment at Westinghouse forced me to do something else, and in a roundabout way, I ended up doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, sometimes a setback is just a setup for a comeback, right?
Wife still wants money to pay the bills, so you got to figure out how to make it happen.
Baby's got to eat. And you said you have 2 boys. I know you're 2.
4 boys.
4 boys. Okay, wow. So I met 2 of them. One's a runner, right?
Yeah, that's Larry.
That's Larry?
He's also a chiropractor.
The chiropractor, yeah. He spoke to our club before.
Right.
It's a good
and
guy.
I've got another one by the name of Tom.
Uh-huh.
He works for a geotechnical engineering firm here in Walnut Creek.
Uh-huh.
My other son, Mark, is a massage therapist, and he's also going to school right now. So, and my oldest was a victim of the unemployment world. He's out of work looking for work. So
Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like any of them are in insurance, so
Nope.
they steered clear of it.
they stay clear of it.
Good. So what does the word competition mean to you?
Well, it's a couple of things. Obstacle to overcome.
Uh-huh.
A solution. I will need to come up with a solution that eliminates my competition and puts me in the forefront.
Okay.
It's not someone that I have to beat up or beat out. It's just I have to prove that my solution is worthy of what my client needs.
Yeah. Fair enough. So we're both in the sales arena. Give me 2 sales tips that have carried you to this day.
Honesty.
Honesty.
I'm always honest with my clients. I tell them exactly what's going on. And in my business, insurance has a lot of technical jargon, so I try to speak English rather than insurance. When I'm explaining an insurance policy to a client, I don't say it's a whatever the technical name for it is. I go, hey, this covers if somebody slips and falls. That's your general liability policy.
Yeah.
So that seems to work best. Honesty and speaking in English so they actually understand what I'm telling them.
Uh-huh.
I've been on calls with other brokers that slip into the insurance. When I talk to an underwriter, I speak insurance.
Yeah.
But when I'm speaking to a client, I don't want to speak insurance because they go looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
So that seems to work well.
Yeah. Nice. Do you where did you get your sales training from? Did you major that in school, or is it continuing education, just reading?
I've done a lot of reading. My first sales job, I think I sold welding supplies.
Welding supplies?
So I learned something from the guy that was teaching me. Then I took a Dale Carnegie course. I've taken a Sandler sales training course.
Nice.
And now I just do a lot of reading, and because the sales, from when I first started in sales to now, is a completely different animal. You could actually call somebody on the phone.
Yeah.
Chances of getting somebody on the phone now are slim and none.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of walking around and knocking on doors. And you really can't do that anymore.
Yeah. So I see that you're pretty active on LinkedIn. Go ahead and tell me why and what tactics you use for LinkedIn to be successful.
I use it for research. I'll look at the people that I'm connected with, and then I'll look at who they're connected with to see if it's a client that I want, and say, hey, do you know so-and-so? Can you give me an introduction?
Yeah.
And then I look at potential people that I have no connection with and do research on them through LinkedIn. And I'm also I started a group called HOA California, which deals with homeowners associations. And that's designed to get the property managers, the people that handle homeowners associations.
Okay.
And I'm in a couple other groups just because they were interesting topics that I jump in and out of.
So LinkedIn's working for you?
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you'll use social networks to be as a part of your sales game?
Not when it first came out. I've been on LinkedIn probably since it first came out. I've been on there for a long time, but I just really started using it recently.
Yeah.
I'm probably more of an oddity for my age. I actually understand computers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
So I understand the social media and the email and the conduct. If you take most 63-year-olds, they've never, they've done everything the way they've done it for a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
And they haven't looked at the modern methods. I said, hey, I can't do what I used to do because that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So the social, I never got into Twitter.
Yeah.
I just stuck with LinkedIn because it seemed to be, I've got too many other things to do.
Yeah.
And you can buy those programs that hook them all together. You send one thing here and it goes all over the place.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
I'm never going to look at all that stuff, so one thing is good.
One thing is good. Do you still make cold calls?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
But I do it based on the research I do on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I do a lot of research on a company before I call them. I'll look, see if there's any newspaper articles about them. They did this great or they did that great.
Yeah.
And I'd rather spend an hour doing research on a company, get through to the guy, and actually have something to talk about. Rather than we've got a new producer in the office, God bless him. He makes tons of phone calls.
Yeah.
But he burns through hundreds and hundreds of names because strictly a cold call like that, you're going to get somebody that's already pissed off about their insurance.
Yeah.
Or looking for a change, or just want to shop you.
Yeah.
Those aren't necessarily, you may get them this year, but you might lose them next year. I prefer to do the work up front when I get the client. I want the retention.
That's smart. So kind of vet them before you even talk to them.
Yeah.
Get to know them.
Because if they're not a fit with the way I do business, it's not going to work. So
Yeah.
why bother them?
What do you feel about the customer or client who just shops around for price?
I don't have any of them left anymore.
I love it.
It's not. And I tell them when I first start talking to them, if you just call me to check prices or to shop around, I'm not going to waste your time, and don't waste my time because I may or may not be the cheapest price in town, but I guarantee you my service and my knowledge is going to be better than the guy that gives you the cheapest price.
I like that. My service
or
and my
or
knowledge.
I'll get somebody will say, hey, I'm unhappy with my broker, I want to get a new policy. I said, well, send me your policy so I can take a look at it.
Yeah.
And I get it, and the first thing they've done is colored out the price. I said, so I call them back and said, well, how do you expect me to help you? I don't know what you're paying now, so I don't know if you're overpaying, underpaying.
Yeah.
Or if I find out that you're paying, $5,000 and that's the best place for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to tell you. But if I don't know that, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
People have the misunderstanding that, if they're paying $5,000, I'm going to go get a price for $4,999 to try to sell it to them.
Yeah.
It's not, it's better for them to just stay where the heck they are, and that's what I tell them. And I've gotten clients back that I've said, you're in the best place right now, just stay there.
Stay there, yeah.
And then they've come back a couple of years later and said, you were so upfront with me.
Yeah.
Let's just move the thing.
That's the thing in honesty.
Yep.
Speaking English instead of insurance. All right, what does retirement look like to Rick?
Ain't going to happen.
Ain't going to happen?
I can't play any more golf than I play now.
Uh-huh.
And I don't vacation well. And how tough is my job anyway? I get up, I talk to people, I go out and see them. So as long as I can get up and walk around, I'll keep selling insurance.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, I know I have friends that are retired, but they spent their entire life only 5 more years, 6 days, and 3 hours till I retire. I don't want to go to work like that every day.
Yeah.
I go to work because I like what I do.
Yeah.
I'm like everybody. Every once in a while I say, crap, I don't feel like going in. But the majority of the time, it's not, oh my God, I've got to go to work again today.
Yeah.
No, it's Monday again.
Yeah. Nice.
So that's why I like what I do.
All right, well, we talked about Rotary. What are you going to do this year to give back to the world?
Probably all the things I'm already doing now. I work with a lot of nonprofits. Obviously, I'm involved in Rotary and what's going on with them. But I work with nonprofits. Some of them I help with their insurance. Some of them I just advise because I've told them I'd rather you spend your money on your programs rather than on your insurance. So if I can structure this so you get the best deal and save whatever, $5, $10, $1,000.
Yeah.
You can put that money into the program where it belongs.
Yeah.
So that's how I give back.
Nice.
Some of them I insure, some of them I just insure because a lot of them are really small and I can't take the time to insure them, but I can give them advice.
That makes sense. So recommend one personal development book and one business book for our listeners.
Well, actually, it's the same. The same book. I just read it. It's The Startup of You.
The Startup of You by who?
By the guy who wrote it. I don't know, but I could probably find out.
Well, I'll link it in the show notes, no problem. All right. So, who is one of your influences, and how did they influence you?
Actually, it's probably my father.
Yeah. What do you say or do?
Take care of your clients. The rest will take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Get out of the house and get to work.
Wise words. Wise words.
So that's what I've done for however long I've been working.
Do you read more books or more articles for your continuing education, just to keep up with the times?
I usually read more articles.
Articles,
because
okay.
the information, usually the information I'm looking for is in one page rather than having to read a specific book.
Yeah.
And I also, when I have a covers question or something I'm not sure of, we have this service called Vertifor, I think is the name of it. And I can go, and it's purely insurance stuff, so I can go type in, how do I insure a farm or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'll get a bunch of information on it and read it and go, oh, okay, I did understand that correctly.
Yeah.
Or I use Google like everybody else. Google and find the answer to the question, or at least get different opinions.
Yeah.
And then we have a lot of our vendors. We just did a class on bonds.
Okay.
And there's like 2 or 3 continuing education credits, but they came into the office and talked about that. I'll do a webinar online because I'm also impatient. So I won't read the whole book.
Yeah.
It'll take me too much time, and the webinars, by the time they get to the end, I'm done.
You're at the end.
Because I'm going, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun. On the webinars, you would think most of the people that are taking them are relatively familiar with the material on the thing. But some of the questions that come in and all the lengthy explanations, I go, how did you ever sell this product or get involved in it? You don't got a clue.
Wow. Yeah.
But I guess maybe that's why they took the webinar. I take stuff to reinforce the knowledge I already have.
Yeah. You ever thought about creating content? Like writing a blog, starting a website?
I've got a website called HOA. What the hell is the name of my website? I haven't been on there.
Is it connected to your LinkedIn?
I think so.
Okay, I'll just find it and link it in the show notes.
And it's again specifically related to HOAs. It has content on there. There's a place where people can ask questions, and then we'll respond.
Nice.
I haven't been that active on it lately. I've been using Constant Contact to get information out. Out to my homeowners association managers.
Is Constant Contact working for you?
It's getting the information to the managers.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the purpose of that was all the managers that I deal with now to keep them up to date and give them information, and the other ones to get my name in front of them so I can call them and say, hey, how'd you like the last newsletter? And they go, I didn't like it at all. You're an idiot. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But that was the purpose of it.
Yeah.
In this business, it's recognition more than anything else, because if somebody's been working with Joe Broker for 10 years and nothing's gone wrong,
they're going to stick with them. They're
going to stay where they are.
Yeah.
So I just need the opportunity to get in front of them and get an opportunity to show what we can do and how we do business.
Yeah.
So that was the purpose of the Constant Contact.
That's sales.
I started a year ago.
All right. Well, where can we find you on LinkedIn?
Just under my name, Rick Callaway.
Rick Callaway, huh? All right. So this is the last question here. If you had a friend come into town and they were starving, where would you take them to get a bite to eat that best represents the Bay Area?
Oh, God, I have no idea. I'd take them to my favorite restaurant in Oakland. I'd take them to Krogan's in Montclair.
Krogan's in Montclair?
Yeah, Krogan's Montclair is the name of it. They've got plenty of different things on the menu, good service.
Nice.
Friendly people.
Yeah. Good stuff. What meal do you go with?
I go with a little bit of everything because I'm there all the time.
Yeah.
But they've got a gumbo I like. Get a wedge salad every now and then, and then I'll see what the special is. If
Nice.
it's a fish special, or I forget what night they have prime rib. If I'm there at night, I'll have the prime rib.
Nice. Good stuff. Well, that pretty much sums it all up. You guys heard it here. Take care of your customers, and they'll take care of you. Or
take care of your customer, and the rest will take care of itself.
And the rest will take care of itself. Well, Rick, I just wanted to say thanks for taking the podcast and sharing all these nuggets and bits and pieces. I'm pretty sure our listeners got a lot of takeaways from it. And any last words, anything you want to say?
If they need any help, they can track me down.